GM, wake up, let's go. Web 2, Web 3, stay in the know. Action, Dabatola, Toki in the zone. Breaking down the latest, straight to your phone. From Web 2 shifts to Web the waves. News, deep dives, hot takes for days. Tech's evolving, the world's in spin. Markets move, let's lock it in. Gen Z's here, no time to snooze. Tune in now, get the news. GM. Wake up, let's go. Web 2, Web 3, stay in the know. GM, start the show. GM, wake up, let's go. Web 2, stay in the know. GM, start the show. GM, let's go. Web 2, stay in the know. GM, start the show.
GM everyone, and happy Friday. Thank you for tuning in. What's going on, Action? What's up, Toki?
It's Friday.
Yes. Gotta get down on Friday.
And the market has us up and down and a little confused, I think, today. But we basically started how we left last night. We woke up a little bit like, oh, are we going to get this rally here? What's going on? And it was like, no, we're not. We're going to take the weekend off. But we'll discuss and we'll get into that a little bit more. But do us a favor. Make sure that you are tapped in here. You're subscribed. You're smashing that thumbs up. You're resharing the stream. Leave a comment in the chat. Tell us what you want us to look into. Pull up on charts. And we're going to have an amazing Friday here. And maybe even someone will mention an awesome gem in there, and the D-Gen will come out of us. And we're gonna ignore Funkmaster Flex over here with his horns. Action.
Sorry, it just felt appropriate. GM. Sorry, it's been one of those days and one of those mornings. So like, sorry, I'm excited. But GM to everybody. Ryan, always glad to see you in the house, man. Rockstar, what's good? Good to see y'all here.
That photo looks like an old school picture of Kurt Cobain.
Does it? Let's bring it back
up a second. Totally does, doesn't it?
I don't know. I'm not that old.
You know what? Even though I'm that old, I've seen some of the younger generation here in crypto Twitter just the other day rocking a Nirvana shirt. Now, whether they knew whether the person knew it was a band or not is a whole nother story. You know, maybe they like that what was it? The smiley face kind of graphic. Who knows?
That's hilarious. Good. You're probably not wrong about that either. I think that's the best part.
So I want to say it was like a week or two ago. I was trying to explain to someone that the lead singer of Foo Fighters was in Nirvana, and they were like, "No, he's still alive." And I was like, "What? Like what? Like what do you mean? Like, of course he's still alive. Nirvana wasn't that long ago." And they're like, "I thought it was like the 70s." I was like, "What?" It was breaking my brain real bad. Real bad. Granted, this person was born in the last 20 years. So it's a bit difficult sometimes when you're talking about the differences in, let's just say, music and culture.
Music is culture.
So,
fair,
guys. How are you guys feeling this morning about the market? How'd you feel about this?
You want like
I want
some
truth? Yeah, I want some truth here. I want people in the comments to let us know how they're feeling about They thought maybe things would move. Alt started turning green for a hot second, and then back red.
So the way I'm feeling is that I haven't even had a chance to look at the markets this morning, dude. I went out to breakfast with a buddy of mine. I'm like getting messages from you, like it's up, it's down. I'm like, wait, what in the world's going on right now? So you tell me what's going on.
I think that's what everyone's trying to figure out. I mean, the one key I took away in a space this morning is just the sheer amount of market manipulation that has been present and that continues to go on here. Just across the board.
Market manipulation. What?
Yeah, who would have ever thought that, tweets and people that are influential could mention things and markets react? Well, they do. People make money. Unfortunately, most of the people I know aren't taking those trades, or let's say knowing that those tweets are coming, and tend to miss out on that. And I think what a lot of people have learned is not to be chasing that run right away.
Dude, I've been telling
it's
this
been too
for
volatile.
years. Like, don't go chasing waterfalls.
Look at this.
That was an old one. See, I did this for you.
There you go. Same color as my eyeballs, all red. Yeah, I guess that's what most people are experiencing. They're looking at the market. They're saying, you know what? I'm just gonna go over here and maybe smoke one or two, and just chill out for a bit. And it's all right. Even though we show up every day and we have our finger on the pulse, we try to look for the trades, look for the opportunities. You do have to step back for a minute and catch your breath, right? You have to go maybe outside, go for a walk, go hang out, but just take a brief break at times, and then come back and you're a little bit more focused. If you're just staring at this 24/7, you tend to go crazy.
You bring up a really good point here. I'm actually considering taking a real job. Like, how real jobs is basically you just do random stuff and they give you money. Like, I can do that. And
by that definition, you have a real job.
You know what I mean? Like, somebody actually pays me on the regular and they have an expectation that I'm going to be available from certain hour to certain hour. That's what I'm talking about, a real job. Because like the markets have just been boring. I don't know how else to say it. So I'm like, hey, if I can literally stack stats with a little side gig, which would be these people real job, right?
You're talking about getting a real job or getting a job with a steady paycheck to just further invest into crypto.
100%. Now, 100%.
By doing that, does that trade off a lot of the time, a lot of the good work that you do in the space itself?
Oh, no. I wouldn't let it impact that. Maybe I took a job inside of Web3, dude, helping somebody do dude, know how many offers for like CMOs I've gotten in the past year? Like, there's
I can
a lot
think
of
a
people,
few companies.
There's a lot of people wanting me to do that sort of thing, and I'm just like, don't feel like it right now. But like that could be actually a smart play if I want to just not even DCA, but just go all out in crypto. Like, I wouldn't put that money into like paying bills or anything like that. I would literally just dump it all into crypto.
Just straight crypto investment.
Pay me in crypto and stays in crypto. You know what I mean?
No, for sure. And right now, look at we have our boy here. Thank you, Heck, for posted the stream. Woo! Thank you for sharing it out. Remind everyone, make sure you like and repost as well, and do what Heck does. He's a good dude. Appreciate that.
He's a good dude.
I wonder when the next fight. I haven't talked to you talk with him, in good conversation here to see what's kicking up there. Maybe there's a fight brewing, but Heck, you gotta keep us in the mix and let us know, because definitely love to show support. See how we could connect some dots and get you some awesome projects supporting you when you get out there in the ring or the pit. I know that I think it was in Dubai. He was mentioning wanting to do dirty boxing. I think that was coming, or no, excuse me, bare knuckle boxing again. And I'd love to see that. And
I would love to see that too.
Yeah, I'd love to be present for that. And anything we could do to show you support, my brother, we will. And appreciate you turning up. Appreciate everybody there who's showing up. Of course, like, what the heck? Yeah, that's what people say when he comes up and he's like, all cut, ready to fight and stuff. That's what they say. What the heck? Because you don't want to get in front of him. He will F you up. No, he's the nicest dude in the world. He's in the trenches, and
he is super nice.
Yeah, and he's a fighter, and yeah, got to show love. So make sure you guys follow him and show him some love. And you know, he's been in the trenches more than us. He's been in there looking for some tokens. I've been keeping an eye on his feed because even though I'm not trading as much, I trust the circle of people around us. And if they find something nice and they find something good, I'm like, yeah, you know what? Maybe I'll throw a little at it. So
I mean,
we have that with
charts lately.
Oh, we got news. We got news.
Wait.
Call out video coming soon.
Oh, all right. Well, let us
good.
know so that we could put some juice behind it and reshare that. And then you know what? I have to say, Ryan, he's been, you know, he always drops some good gems. And I think one recently was just an RWA play, and it did a retracement and is now at it's like 60 mil. Let me see if I could pull.
And while you're pulling that up, I just want to thank you guys. Right now we got a good number of people watching on YouTube. There's some, you know, good click through. I just want to make sure you stick around. Promise you guys we'll make it all worth it. One of the gems that we talked about earlier this week is already up 20%. So like there's plenty of information coming out. So yeah, make sure you're following through. Super excited to actually see Mr. Dabatola here. His channel is actually trending and getting some people, you know, some exposure finally. I love seeing good people actually do well in the space. So when I see, you know, what's happening with this channel, it just shows that consistency pays off, and that people that are putting out good information and sharing stuff that actually makes sense and makes a difference goes a long, long way. So make sure you guys are subscribed.
Appreciate you, Action. And the thing I think for the channel and just for the streams, especially here with the GM Live, is I think really, you know, we're looking at you got to be having fun and loving what you do, and you got to be surrounding yourself by people that you love as well in the space, and finding those real ones. And the main reason that I stream is to make sure that we could connect those dots, that we could get together, that we could discuss great projects, laugh, cry over the market. And there's a lot of that laughing and crying over our bags, especially this is a good segue, especially in our Telegram groups. And if you go in the description or the link, especially if you're on YouTube, it's in there. There's a free Telegram group you could jump in and you could cry on the lows with us, and you could celebrate those highs. But the one thing that I'm going to look forward to is the challenging time when we're all there talking and chatting about taking profits and how to scale out properly. And how to set yourself up for then gains even beyond that. So yeah. I love that part of connecting with people. And
can I let him in a little secret?
Yeah.
Okay. Scott doesn't need this, guys. Scott doesn't need to do this. Scott does this because he actually loves it. That's the people that I like supporting in the space. People are actually doing things because they enjoy it.
No pressure, right?
It's no, seriously. Like, it's something that you actually enjoy. It's something that you appreciate, and you want to put, you know, a good amount of effort behind. Like, this dude is messaging us. For me, it's at the break of dawn. I'm like, whoa, can I
was
sleep?
up at 5 this morning, and I'm like, you know what? What's going on in the market? And then I'm like, ooh, first green candle up. I'm like, what's going on? I started digging in, and then I'm in our group chat just talking to myself. Like, oh, you see this? What about this? And then I'm like, that's it.
Teasing,
I'm just in the zone.
Stop teasing. What's the project? What's the name? Ryan, you're in here.
Oh, is he in here? We could share. Let's share. Yeah, let's get into this and see what's up. Let's share my screen.
Got you.
There we go. All right. It is Estate X here.
Oh, market cap is so tiny on the screen. Can you bring that up?
Hold on. Could I?
Yeah, buddy. That's way better. Yes, sir.
All right. So I put it on the 7-day here, but it is not 7 days. I just wanted to expand past that, I guess, day. I mean, maybe it's almost a day, but it was a little bit over it was about 110. It spiked up initially, but it was floating around 100 million market cap. Waited for that little hype or that retrace down, where I feel right now is a great entry point. I think we're at about 60 million, and this is just barely under a cent. They have just gone live on Kraken. You could use obviously Uniswap and where else? I don't know if they're on MEXC, but I know Kraken is now just listed them, and this is an RWA play. And I think we're all really hot on the RWA sector. So this is one that I'm looking into getting into. And let's see if we just pull up the site here.
Oh, no, I'm literally going through their site right now, dude.
So yeah,
I am
Can
not
you zoom in a
impressed.
little bit? Perfect.
All right. I don't have the audio. I don't know if I'll have to get all that set up again.
Zoom in a little bit, make it easier. It's yeah.
It's more than a platform. It's a revolution in the real estate industry, a unique approach to tokenization and access to real estate investments, allowing you to enjoy increased liquidity, lower investment minimums, and the freedom to diversify your portfolio like never before.
But wait, that's not all.
There's more.
Yeah, there is more. What do you think I like to look at? Oh, you're buying more here. I don't blame you buying more here, but I wouldn't do it just because of their mission and the things that they're talking about. Have you seen the lineup of who's actually working this thing?
I have not. That
I have that up ready. I have that ready for you right here. Look at that. Our story from vision to reality.
Right, let's see.
It's so revolutionary. Like 60 people. They just launched a token. They already have 60 people in 10 plus countries. That's interesting. These are the people. Anybody you recognize here?
We go. Hold on.
Keep going. Go ahead. Go ahead. Bart, Ron, Steve, Graham, Steven, Michael, Rayner, and Wim. Anyone. No. Tomas. No, right? So none of this gives me confidence. Don't know a single person. Don't know how they're involved in the space. And that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. Hear me out here. A lot of times we're looking at people in this space and saying, hey, how in the world can we, launch a new RWA play? I don't want anybody in crypto to launch an RWA play. I want people outside of crypto to launch an RWA play alongside with people that know what the heck is actually going on in crypto. To me, that's what makes the most sense. So what I need to do, I need to do my due diligence to figure out if these people here actually understand the real estate market internationally, because that's what matters most. Because if we go back to it, the thing that I noticed is that if you scroll down a little bit further, you're going to see the homies out here that actually know how the space works. So these three top people right here, so Brock, Brian, and Adrian, if those three people are involved, it gives me a whole lot more confidence because I know those three. I know those guys, and I know they know what's going on. We
know all four of them.
Oh, Dark Knight. His picture's blurry. His picture's blurry.
So Brock. Oh wow! I just came back to the screen. I'm just like, oh wow, there's a whole bunch of people we know on the board. But but Brock, when we were coming back from Dubai,
yeah,
and landed in Newark, Toki. I think I got through what's it called, customs real quick, and I was BSing with him and a couple other people at baggage claim. They had come up. I forget what he was saying. He was off to like DC the next day or something along those lines. But I hadn't seen him since actually a year prior in Dubai during token. But hey, look at I'm glad that we got people in the community in Telegram, and that's a good reason why to jump in and BS is we get these projects that come across, and you never know. I mean, I know the alt market is down, but you have people who are now starting to really push on RWA, and that is going to be huge. And I feel like
market's
getting
down?
in.
I mean, speak for yourself, sir. I'm up 17.5% on the week.
There's always the couple exceptions.
It's the outliers, man. That's what we're looking for.
And if you're not tapped in here with us right now, the only valid excuse you have is I believe Kwai has a space going on, which we are talking about in a group chat about how we could not conflict here and how we could collab and actually do something together, because they're definitely cooking. They're a great team. We're hanging out with them in Vegas, and they have a lot of actually things cooking and some announcements coming. And I'd love for us to jump on a space or a stream together, or be able to just participate in a few more of their spaces, because I feel they're really building and putting in the effort. And I feel there's a few projects out there that are going to win in the long run, especially
because I'll run a better space than Wolf.
Oh, we love Wolf, but action's the
that's
man.
That's the only reason I say that.
No, as far as joining their spaces go, I did have the idea of potentially having Boss join our live while he is live, and then we would share our screen with audio of the actual space that they're in. Because
Like
then
for this?
Why not?
Because it would suck.
All right, man. Never mind.
Oh. So Action, when we were in Vegas, obviously we did the quiet party, but you were around. I don't think you can. I know you dipped off for a little bit, a couple times because you had a couple things to do, but you were around. We're hanging out with Rico Moneybags. Dude, Rico's the man. Yesterday,
I love Rico.
Was hanging out with them in their space. They had a birthday, a 1 year anniversary for XPX and their token as well as their card. And stoked on that. The only thing I'm not stoked on right now is that DHL is having a strike. So my gold card is stuck. Yeah, is stuck in the mail on strike right now. So otherwise, it should have been here a few days ago. And look, I'm really into looking at different off-ramp solutions, ways that I could use my crypto in the real world, purchasing things, whether it's at the grocery store, whether it's, clothing, paying bills, just getting cash out, period. So there's multiple different methods. And, like I said, XPX has been around. Rico's been on the grind. And the card is great. He also is launching a non-KYC bill pay and gift card from there. So you'll be able to get, pay your bills or do anything without doing any KYC. So I would highly, highly suggest checking out them and tapping in. He streams every day too. Good dude. So, look, we got a few people. I started mentioning their names and then whoosh, they come out of the woodwork there.
By the way, no, let me translate that. That's a little handshake and a little heart that's not showing there right there. Tony. Tony. I love it. Scott, we should start calling Toki different names every stream.
Tony?
Yeah.
So somebody, Amp Knight is saying, tuning in from YouTube. Appreciate you guys. If you're on YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe, smash the like, leave a comment. It helps out. And so my bags are loaded. Yes, there's been many times I've been wanting to press that sell button, but I just can't. I'm no longer DCAing, just sitting on the sideline. Keep strong, everyone. There's a lot of people that are on the sidelines because they kept that 20% say cash on the side for those dips. But with altcoins, I feel like we've been getting the dip and then we've been getting another dip.
Yeah.
And then there's been another dip on top of that. So everyone's cash on the side has slowly
I'm out of money to buy the dip.
So right now, it's just like what Action was saying. I don't know if you were tapped in a little before, but Action was saying, look, I might be looking to get a full-time job in addition to what I'm doing so I could just take all that money and putting into crypto. So 100%. Yes, there's a lot of people right now just on the sidelines waiting for their bags to pop up. And look, that's what you could do. Just hodl, stay strong. Don't get shaken out. Look, I'm assuming you've been here for a bit. And if you have, you know the way this goes. We're going to zoom out a year or two from now, and we're going to see that we have made those gains. And maybe it's gonna take a little bit longer than previous cycles. Maybe it's not going to be as quick and as volatile on the upswing, but I feel we're going to get there.
Bro, you got to take a little time. You got to take a little time, man. A little time to think things over.
So look at exactly. I keep buying the dip, and I can't no more. So we're all pretty much in that situation. I don't know how you guys are feeling. Toki, how are you feeling? I know that you've been doing a lot of gaming, doing some farming in that. Have you been able to capture some of those gains and then roll them into maybe a favorite altcoin, a conviction play, a meme coin, casino, gambling, Bitcoin? I know you started a daily Bitcoin DCA, didn't you? Right?
Yeah, so I'm still doing my daily DCA. So far, so good. I mean, I don't really like... It sucks because not every platform lets you decide when you're going to DCA or when they're going to make the buy. So that's a little bit odd trying to figure out like when they're going to make the purchase day to day. Not too much of a worry. I mean, it is Coinbase that I'm relying on, so I'm expecting them to screw me over in some way, shape, or form along the way. But it's super easy on their platform to do it. And then as far as gaming, like even during the space earlier, like Web3 gaming is not really something where you're getting a lot of money out of it. There are a few things here and there where you may be able to maybe get something while it's low and then sell it on a high swing as far as like SFTs and NFTs. But otherwise, like most of the time, that's mostly just going to be built on blockchain.
But look, you said there might not be that, like, not a low amount of money, right? Maybe not that much. But even yesterday, you know, and somebody had kind of clowned in the comments about, oh, turning $10 into $20, you know? All right, for most people, that might not be a lot, but you doubled your money, right?
Oh, yeah.
So if you're not spending that money and it's just money sitting on the side and you could have it in something and in a year double it, that's better than you're going to get with your sitting in your savings account or doing anything else. Now, that 10 could turn into 100, but little bit of money, you know, the thing that I'm bad about and I need to do is take the little bit of money that's in the thousands of wallets that I've messed with over the last cycle and into the bear, and consolidate that and get all that dust and get everything together and actually put it into some of my conviction plays. There's probably a few $100s just floating around between wallets.
I'll say, as far as like when it comes down to trading, I'm not a big trader. I don't feel like I have like a lot of good experiences trading. I've made some good ones, but overarchingly, like I don't like the quick losses on that side. So I've actually been staking a lot of my soul still with Zandium, and just keep racking up the points and enjoying things as far as that goes. So it's definitely better in my mind right now, where I'm just kind of sitting on the sidelines with something where I enjoy the asset. I don't need to do anything as far as trading the asset. I'm getting a fairly good percentage, especially through them. And so I'm just going to stay to it. Like it's pretty awesome. I really can't hate on anything that Zandium does. And they've been so helpful along the way.
They haven't paid me.
Well, have you reached out?
No, I didn't build them. I forgot.
Oh, okay. So then it's your fault.
Shout out to Fiend. Fiend's been showing up every day and tapping in with us. There's a bunch of people in here. Ryan, Golar, like we've had some people that are really coming by every day, and I love that they're commenting and joining in on the conversation here.
So there's two things I want to make sure we address in this stream. First, if you guys are new here, welcome. Stick around. If things do get fun and do get better, like the 2 song references I made that nobody caught on, that's just part of it. But the other is that I think that we should start a new segment. Like, let's buy $100 of whatever Ryan tells us.
So you want to do that per stream, because that's like 500 a week. That's pretty big DCA. If we're going to do that, we should be at least half of that should be going into Bitcoin, man.
And that's okay too. That's okay too.
Big advocate.
All right, fine.
Of that.
Ryan, you have give 15 minutes to come up with a token for. I'll do $50. I'm just gonna buy $50 worth of it, and we'll see if Ryan made us money or lost us money. Talk about engagement farming. Like that's a way to engagement farm right there. But here's the question that I have for you, Scott. I clicked on this video on another device because I said that it said, will Trump crypto moves send Bitcoin back into rally mode?
Will Trump's cryptos moves send Bitcoin into rally mode? So there's a lot of things. Yeah, we should address that. So there's a lot of things Trump is trying to do is make the United States like the digital assets capital of the world, trying to pull back, you know, red tape and regulations and stuff, and set a framework here for companies to move forward. And we're seeing lots of it. Now, I think that it is a little overhyped. It matched this morning some of the things he was saying with an initial candle, but that could just be on Bitcoin, which could just be by chance. Mm-hmm. I do agree opening things up and the progress we've already made this week from the Genius Act and such is going to be super beneficial for everyone who's been kind of on edge or weary about doing things. Now, still, there isn't anything solid. Like we need written in law, right? We need things passed so that bigger companies that operate across state lines or, it's needs to be, what's the word? It's almost like marijuana, you know, like on a state level, people are doing what they want, but federally,
whoa, what?
You can't, no, but federally, you can't do anything with banking, right? But on a state level, you could do with local banks and things. So if federally that was legal, then it opens up to all sorts of things, you know, across state transactions and banking and everything. So if you have framework in place for these companies, and then everyone could just start doing business. You know what you're doing, right? Right now, people are operating and hoping that, you know, they're just grandfathered in at this point. Before the SEC was going after you, and it was begging for forgiveness as opposed to asking for permission, right? Now, I think people hope to be grandfathered in. Most will, whether they're doing it legal stuff or illegal. But I think that soon we are going to have some clarity on what you can and can't be doing. And stablecoins is just the beginning in my mind.
And to be fair, the SEC is still going after people. They're still going after people that are, you know, doing wrong in the space. But you got to be really screwing up for them to come after you. Like what they're looking for now is like who's actually doing this on purpose and trying to take advantage of people. So it's not necessarily free for all. It's just not as intense as it was previously. People actually feel like they have a little bit of breathing room to actually try to do the right thing. And I think that's the biggest change for me. But there's a question here, man. You know, with the Genius Atom stable bill playing a big role, how do you guys feel with projects such as Curve and Convex? Any thoughts? Anyone?
You look like you were just about to dive into that because
I'm asking because
I was about to pull up another comment and then circle back to that one because if you said about
well, I'll link it. I got you.
All right.
Like, do you think Curve is gonna do okay because of this? Like, does it make a difference? Does it make an impact? And I'm really curious about your take on this, Scott.
Does the Genius and stablecoin bill play a big role?
Yeah, and Curve and those protocols doing better.
I think the Genius actually play a huge role across the board. Are you kidding me? Like they're estimating already within the next decade for $2 trillion+ to be in stables. Now, will this get messy? Because Toki and I talked about this yesterday on like a state to state level and different things. You know, we'll see. People are there's a lot of movement in that, but that's a huge thing. Look at Circle's stock on the short IPO. Right? I mean,
that's freaking insane. Yeah.
Oh,
that's been nuts.
Yes, that's 200+, right? I think that this Genius bill is the first of many things we'll see that'll provide clarity and allow business to move forward in a big way. And it's gonna affect everyone.
Now, I do have a question for you. Have you seen the stock price today?
Somebody had copy pasted something in a chat to me at 215, 220 maybe. That I know after hours was over that because there was no trading yesterday. Oh my! Look at that!
It keeps going.
Look at that!
It just keeps going.
So wait a minute. I'm going to tie in what you were saying, what we're trying to say. So look, Trump is pumping his own bags. Do you think he has any of this stock? I don't know, but he definitely, I'm going to agree with what you're saying. He definitely has. We've talked about it a few times during stream about that in the last 9 months, there's been over $1 billion in profit from crypto and Trump's family that's been documented. And it's probably actually a lot more, you know,
so much money.
And I feel that this isn't just, I don't want to like pick on Trump. Trump's doing a lot of good things for crypto in general, and we're all will benefit. But I feel there's a lot of people that were against crypto not too long ago. But when they realize, I want to say, I really would love to say when they realize how great it is and it's the next big thing and that this is the way the world's going, that they jumped on board. It's not really that. It's more that when they realize they could enrich themselves, their bloodline, generational wealth, it's like, oh, let me go in. And we're seeing it. We're seeing a lot of people jump in on the last couple of years, a lot of market manipulation. People are making a lot of profits, but they're breaking down some of these rules and laws. And for us who have been in early and kind of holding and toughing it out, we should have our little piece of the pie. Yeah. And what is Ryan saying? I should have bought that, still kicking myself.
That's what Scott said yesterday. And then it just got worse today because the prices keep going up. But hey, you know how Trump is benefiting tremendously from this? that I think everybody should know about this. It's the number 39 as far as market cap goes, $2.2 billion with his stable coin. So yeah, there's plenty of money being made out there. It's kind of wild to even think about how far we've come from people literally getting bank accounts closed down to now people are literally swimming in cash. Because if you have cash right now, dude, you're making money.
So you're talking about bank accounts and different things getting shut down, and you know how I'm on this kick of making sure to have enough off-ramp thing as possible. I'm just gonna have to bring it up again because although I'm waiting for my XPX card, my UltimoPay card arrived.
Right there, I got the link.
This is his referral link. If you want, you can
use Scott's refer. You can use his referral.
But look, even if you don't want to use any referral link, it doesn't really matter. I mean, the thing is if you're looking for a good solution, there's solutions out there between the XPX card, between UltimoPay. UltimoPay is an offshore debit card and banking solution. And look, I've already took money out. I'm actually going to the ATM because I'm going to pull a little cash out and pay a few bills down on that.
A little cash out.
A little cash. I think
there's no limit on withdrawals. There's literally no limit.
I think there's actually a 20K limit unless they lift it and you get VIP. But still, the hardest part is with that is you got to go to your local casino and then
anybody needs to pull more than 20K out. Send me a message. I'll get you VIP.
Give us a call.
I'll hook you up.
But no, you just go to the thing is if you're pulling out normal ATM machine, I think on most banks you go by with this like anything and pull out about $1,000. Go to the casinos and a few of those others that want you to pull out all your money, then yeah, you can pull out probably 20 grand through it. But yeah, no, check it out. I got mine. I love it. I'm gonna go and do that. That reminds me, I need to take some money out and I need to get my car inspected. It's not a happy Friday anymore, everyone. I'd rather spend that time here with everyone trying to.
That's a bummer.
Guess where the chart's going. What, does your Tesla drive itself to get inspected too? Can you do that?
You don't need inspections on new cars.
It's not going to be new forever.
No, hopefully I'll get something else by then.
Isn't it 2 years?
Isn't it 2 years? It's more.
Really?
Because I just had to get smog on my.
I would think California would make you do it every 2 months.
Yeah, tell me about it. Like I had to get smog on my Outback, and like I dreaded that. It stinks. But did you do the show and tell? Did you pull the card out?
Yeah. Where were you? Were you looking at?
I don't know. I was looking for the banner to put my referral code out.
See, we all got it. Toki doesn't have one yet. I wish I could just pass one through here to you. Here, action. Pass.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Is that in focus? Yeah, that's in focus, right?
No.
My fingers.
It was for like a split second.
Oh, yeah, my card says action on it. Okay, that's.
And mine says Dabatola. I'm gonna even though it's probably pulling or billing to my name. If I have to sign, I'm just gonna sign dabs on everything now because realistically, I think a signature is if you cross 2 lines that legally counts as a signature on a charge slip. So
cross 2 lines.
Yeah,
like what does that mean?
As long
that's
as
why an X counted as a
over.
Signature for so long. All you needed to do was cross 2 lines, and that counted as a signature on most documents around the world. That was a standard. That's why like it was always X here, and now it became X is where your name is supposed to be. Sometimes it would just be they already had your name because there was someone who knew how to write, and you're just making the X, which is your.
Look, just take a line and cross it back over the line.
Well, wait, what about names that don't have like signatures that don't cross?
So that's why it was in cursive, because almost every single letter crosses over in some way, shape, or form. And in a full name. When was the last
time you wrote in cursive? That is not true.
What name?
I don't even think they teach cursive anymore to people, right?
They don't teach cursive in schools.
I'm teaching my kids.
Okay, I just said they don't teach in schools.
See, if I had kids, I just teach them to curse. And we just cut this short. Just be easy. Shoot. Almost was on time and in screen. No, growing up, I was known that I had a trucker's mouth, apparently, as a kid.
Cool.
But we all know that I don't give a. No, I should keep it PG slightly, right?
You don't. Wait, it's okay. Scott was going to say he doesn't give. I was hoping he'd spit out that drink and just squirt it.
There's not much left of the
squirt
enjoyment here from Costco.
Oh man.
I needed to drink clear liquids and all sorts of different things this week. And
we're going to go into that. We're going to go into that.
No, I figured that this was going to be it. But then I'm like, this is actually, it's got like a grapefruit.
It is grapefruit. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like grapefruit, but I decided
it's great for palomas. I will say that. But hey, going back to Trump. No.
What about Trump?
I just want to see if Toki took the bait. He's in good. Usually he goes off on something. There's usually like,
all right.
Dude,
so hey,
Trump in China. How often are we talking about Trump in China?
We got 20 minutes. We got less than we got less than 20 minutes left for its top of the hour, and then I know that there's more streaming that's happening after this. Is there anybody in the comments or anybody out there that'd like us to take a look at the charts or pull up a favorite token of yours, something that we might not have talked about, or something that should be on our radar? And you guys as well. Action, Toki, is there anything just off on the side? I know we're talking all the time. We stream every day, but occasionally things just come across the radar and it's almost like, oh, okay, I'll check it out later. Is there anything that's been of interest to you guys?
I'm trying to pull it up here. Did the token launch yet? No, the one that I wanted hasn't launched. Does Toki feel betrayed?
Does Toki feel betrayed? Toki, you need to share the video since we have referenced the Amish and so much with you of them moving that barn, right? The power of the beard, as I called it.
Where did I see
now, if only we could get 150 people? If only we could get 150 people together right now in the public Telegram, and we start our GM Live cabal here. Maybe we could get together, and instead of pushing a barn, we could start pushing some of our bags and charts up. Right?
Are you referring to manipulation?
No, I mean, look, we'll get not financial advice, but maybe we get grandfathered in. But look, everyone's out there. You see it on crypto Twitter. Everything that people hold, they're posting like, "Hey, this is great. It's the best thing. It's better than Velcro. It's the best thing in the world. Blah blah blah." Sorry, everyone loves Velcro. Everyone loves Velcro. Right?
Who loves Velcro? Strippers?
Why would strippers love Velcro?
So they can rip things off.
They don't have things on to begin with.
Oh, I'm talking about. Never mind. Just past gig of mine. That's all right.
Anyways, should we remove him?
That's up to you.
that's up to you. Toki's like, I'm staying out of this.
Oh man,
our night's been hanging out all stream so far. So crypto regulation and federal framework is set to shake things up for payment rails. I'll be looking very closely at unloading my remaining funds in payment rail projects. Action, what do you feel about that?
I mean, to be honest with you, I think everybody's going to start taking profits later this year. So those projects are supposed to do well if you think about it. I mean, people have to, pass through some of these on and off ramps. And I think a lot of volume are going to go to those projects. So that's not a bad idea at all. I mean, you're seeing it all around you right now, even with debit cards for Gemini, and everybody else is launching their own cards. So there's definitely a need, and people are trying to fill it as quickly as possible. So there is absolutely opportunity.
By the end of this cycle, I'm going to have a stack of 20 different cards. It's going to be wild. I already have.
It's going to be like that.
Yeah, actually, it's kind of approaching that because this month alone,
that's the travel wallet. The other wallet has more.
This month, I got 3 new cards in the mail, and I'm expecting one more, and I'm on the waiting list for MetaMasks. And I've been debating the Avalanche one. I might skip that unless they add some more stuff to it. Because while I do have a decent position in AVAX, what's the difference if I swap when I go to take profits into stable or putting it into something else and just using it on the other 20 cards that I have, right?
True.
That's more, I feel like, supporting the ecosystem and the promotion of it. But hey, look, maybe there's things to come. I don't know a lot about it. Truth be told, I'll have to do some research. Who has the most useful one? Oh, sorry. was a different person. I thought it was the same one. Who was the most useful one? The useful as far as banking debit cards or
Ultimo has the most
right now, because I still have more on the way and I'm actually using this one for sure. Super easy. And also the thing is that you hop into Telegram, you have access to the founders. Also, they go to all the biggest conferences, but you can message in there, and usually before anybody else has the ability to answer a question, one of the founders is replying and answering. So you have access to the team right through Telegram. There's right through the help desk as well on the site. If you're ever going to conferences or whatever, you can message in there, meet up. Like, we've all hung out. We've had tacos at 2 a.m. I think on the first night when we got to Vegas, and those
were good, man.
We had
even
tacos,
reheated. They were delicious.
Dude, those guys are amazing, awesome, true Chads, and I just love that they're on their grind. And I slept a while. I just dragged my feet on picking up the card, and finally did, and glad I did. So I actually like that. I think that's one of the best. The second card is probably going to be the XPX card, and we will soon test that as soon as it shows up. And the thing with that is you're going to have crazy access to Rico because he's doing spaces daily. He streams live daily. You show up, say what's up. He's chatting with you, and he is boots on the ground here in the States, in Vegas, working for a while against all that stuff that was preventing things like he's trying to do from happening here. And now that it's opening up, he's starting to make some great progress, and him and his team are going to be leading the way here. And I think big things are to come. I like to see what I see is like, even same as Ultima. It's like a couple guys like working out of a garage kind of mentality, like that old Silicon Valley, like couple people working out of the garage. And then all of a sudden they make like a Google or a Facebook or one of these things. That's how I see things moving for Web3 with projects like this. You have your Ultimo, your XPX, you have guys that are on the ground grinding, in communication with their customers, getting feedback, improving things, and they're going to hit this stride where you're going to see them be big key players. Right now, a lot of the big key players out there are ones that just have deep pockets, and we're able to just go to MasterCard or Visa and just put hundreds of millions down and work their deals and do all that. And I think the little guy is gonna shine as we move further in the cycle and further in Web3. So big shout out to those guys. And I gotta give a little
insight. Like, I don't think enough people talk about this stuff, but I don't really operate in crypto for my normal finances. The card that says Action on it belongs to a company, and that company pays me in cash that I can pull out of an ATM at any given time. So I don't have to touch crypto.
So Big Chill Energy is saying access is great, but function over founders, And look, I'm not denying that. Like, you can't just be like, hey, they're my friends, I have access to them and everything's good, so this is the best thing or whatever. You're right. It has to have the true function. So do you want to have, for example, with Ultima, offshore bank account, a debit card, quick access to your money, no hassles at any ATM, straightforward what they tell you? Yes, for sure. You have questions, need any assistance, founders are available. Huge bonus, but function great. And XPX, I've used their virtual card, right? So I could attest to that. And the same thing. Good interface, easy to load the virtual card, no problems. Bonus access to Rico.
Fees are next to nothing.
Fees were cheap. Yeah, fees were cheap too. And the reason I like some of the cards is because while even the ones that are based in the States, I feel like it almost removes a little bit of a step. Like, even with like a Coinbase doing that, if you're just going to transfer your bank account, say I'm moving to Coinbase, I'm selling, and then I'm transferring. Like, I'd rather just send it to this wallet, load my card, and not deal with any kind of big exchange, aspect of it. It's just easier.
Yeah, being able to keep it decentralized, man, is a huge deal to me. And like, not having to rely on exchanges, which will crash, will fail when you get those crazy pumps and that volume that happens every time. Just not a good feeling to have your money locked up simply because you trusted this company to have enough infrastructure and stuff going on in the background to actually handle the volume, which I I can guarantee, like, you can, like, I'll put money down on this one that this cycle somebody's exchange will lock up, things will crash, things are going to stop working. There's no if, buts, ands about it. It's just going to happen. The question is
one. There's
how
probably
many.
Going to be multiple.
That's a question. How many is it going to happen?
Well, that's why I'm on this kick with having as many off-ramp solutions as possible. If something happens, I want to be able to go somewhere else. All right, you're not going to be able to let me get my cash or spend my cash here. Well, I have 20 other options. They're not charging me any fees. They're not anything. I just have the option set up. Did want to pull up real quick the comment from Amp Knight. Thank you for joining us today. I'm glad you enjoying the show. And yes, awesome. I'm glad to see you on Monday. And off to Japan. We'll say I've been to Tokyo. It was about 10 years ago. Amazing. One of the best places I've ever been. I don't know if this is your first time off there, but in Japan. But if so, you're gonna have an amazing time.
It's changed a lot in 10 years, by the way.
I'm sure, but it probably changed to be a hell of a lot crazier and better. I can't see it getting worse. Like Japan's just got interesting like laws and social culture in place that isn't designed in my mind to deteriorate society. So, and oddly enough, I've had the best Indian food, I think, in the world in Japan, in Tokyo.
I can believe that, especially.
So I'm looking forward to actually going back.
Japan's well known for their cuisine.
And you go down to the fish market and things, and see this is all great stuff. I'd like to be able to go and take my cards, Ultima or XPX or whatever, and just go to Japan, pull out whatever I need, no problem, and boom, that's it.
Actually, using
Toki's an anime character.
I've actually used my Coinbase card in Japan several times over, so that's been super easy.
So that works too. Then everything.
I also use it in Thailand and several other countries, just because it's been so easy of a device to have.
I want to know what Toki's anime character's name would be.
Oh, I like this.
Toki?
No, it's got to be something else. It needs to incorporate the beard or Amish. An Amish anime character would be amazing. I need to put that into ChatGPT.
No. We're going to use Grok for this one because we want them to look at his posts on X as well. So Grok would make more sense.
Yeah, no, definitely. Make sure you're following all of us on X, but go over to Toki's profile because he's been messing with some crazy AI animation videos from photos. And you never know. If you drop a comment, he might grab your profile photo and then put it through this, and all of a sudden, like he got from my face to me looking like I was skateboarding with a short leg. It was kind of it was hilarious. It was good. So look, they just want simple. They just want beard man. We gotta spice it up a little bit. Maybe we'll do a post here and then and like the winner of the best, we'll choose somebody out of a post. And the best one will get a prize. That's another thing I want to bring up, even though you guys don't know about it yet. But I'd like to make sure, because I've done it in the past, that occasionally in action, we spoke about this maybe a month ago, about doing some giveaways once in a while, whether it's some tokens or hardware or stuff that we've picked up at conferences that people like. But we're going to get organized. Make sure you're in the Telegram.
What do you mean organized? We'll do it right now.
Okay, Action's going to do something right now, but here's the key. Wait, hold on a second. In order to claim,
I got mask money to give away, but yeah, go ahead.
But in order to claim, we got to do it where it can't just be super easy. Like you need to be following all three of us on X first, and then I don't know what, YouTube if you want. That would be great.
So many hurdles. Okay, here's the one simple request. As soon as this video is done, go back into it and leave an actual comment on the video, okay?
All right.
So I need a comment on the video and give us tokens for us to look up over the weekend. That's what I want to know. So on Monday, I'll pick one of those comments and I'll do a live giveaway right on stream for some mask tokens.
Oh. Hoping for a guitar giveaway because there's some guitars back there.
There are.
You know
Which one do you want?
Ooh.
I mean, I actually want to buy a new guitar, so I'm not allowed to have more guitars. But if I get rid of
all
them,
right, well then you need to cut. Then they need to keep coming back over and over and keep asking you for that, and then one day Action's going to randomly start raffling off for giveaways.
Dude, I have gear. No, I have gear too that I can give away and boost this channel. That'd be cool.
Well, look, if it's your first time here with us watching the stream, Action is the man when it comes to mining and all of that, and super knowledgeable. So we're going to try to bring some of that to the stream, and I'm sure he's got some cool hardwares or referral links if you're into mining. And then on the other side of me, Toki is just so deep in the gaming aspect of things here in Web3 that he'll be able to continue to show some ways to get some good airdrops, make a few dollars, playing the best games out there, and bringing you the alpha on the newest ones coming. So I think across the board here with some Bitcoin and altcoin news, we got a good spread of things, and probably be able to do a bunch of giveaways with all the different projects we know and people we know. And we'll start that Monday, you said, right? So just
I want to try out this video. Drop a comment on this video as soon as it's done. Have I played Gods Unchained? Potentially. There's a chance. Yes, it's still installed. I was not very good at it. Not very good at it.
Man, I've been seeing a handful of people that in crypto that are, obviously into gaming, but now streaming some more kind of games. Even they're not necessarily Web3 games, but just streaming, talking about crypto, just in games in general. And that's the way I got into Bitcoin to begin with, was casting and streaming StarCraft matches over a decade ago. And then, tournaments were giving Bitcoin highest prizes. And now it's coming full circle where I'm seeing people playing lots of games, right? So now I'm like, wait a minute. Am I either going to have to upgrade my machine or my video card here or get a new one? I'm going to clean things up this weekend, maybe reinstall a few and jump back out. And that's right. Big Show Energy. Where's Snooch at? We need to have Snooch jump on stream with us, because yes, he has been traveling around, meeting up with tons of
right now.
He's in transit right now, and him and Toki both hardcore knowledgeable in the gaming sector and gaming as much as they can. What Toki is not doing and telling you right now is when you see his eyes move back and forth, he's looking at that other browser to see how his game's doing, because it's always open.
What do you mean see? He's literally playing it right now.
Or he's playing.
I'm not actually.
Oh, he was. Yeah. He was.
No, I was going to say we actually have a space coming up next Friday on TCG's Fiend. So if you're interested in anything regarding that, definitely chip in. We'll be going over a few of the Web3 TCGs and what's going on with them. So should be a pretty good time.
What is this one? What does this one mean? The dark one's my fave. Pickle donut.
Scott. Scott. Action.
Hey, what's up?
But it's not something Gensio is afraid of.
If you want to survive, you got to build a house.
You do not understand.
Ladies and gentlemen.
We're back at the Gensio Media House.
Oswald, thanks so much for joining us today.